In this video, I will teach you what an absolute value is. So, let's get right to it. The absolute value or modulus of a number is the number's distance from 0 along the number line. That is, the absolute value of a number is the non-negative value we get if we remove any negative sign in front of the number. Therefore, all absolute values are positive or 0. For example, the absolute value of -4 is 4 as shown on the number line. Another example is the absolute value of 5 is simply 5, also as shown on the number line. To find an absolute value of a number, just drop any negative sign if there is one. In other words, the absolute value of x, where x is any real number, is written as x between two vertical lines, and can be found as follows. The absolute value of x is equal to x if x is positive, that is greater than or equal to 0, or negative x if x is negative, that is less than 0. For example, the absolute value of -1 is 1. The absolute value of -8 is 8. The absolute value of 3 is 3. And the absolute value of 7 is 7. Now, let's go through some properties of absolute values. If x and y are real numbers, then the absolute value of -x is equal to the absolute value of x. For example, the absolute value of -2 is equal to the absolute value of 2, which is equal to 2. The square of the absolute value of x is equal to x squared. For example, the square of the absolute value of -1 is equal to -1 squared, which is equal to 1. The square root of x squared is equal to the absolute value of x. For example, the square root of 4 squared is equal to the absolute value of 4, which is equal to 4. The absolute value of xy is equal to the absolute value of x times the absolute value of y. For example, the absolute value of 10 is equal to the absolute value of 2 times 5, which is equal to the absolute value of 2 times the absolute value of 5, which is equal to 2 times 5, which is equal to 10. The absolute value of x minus y is equal to the absolute value of y minus x. For example, the absolute value of 1 minus 2 is equal to the absolute value of -1, which is equal to 1. Also, the absolute value of 2 minus 1 is equal to the absolute value of 1, which is equal to 1. Therefore, the absolute value of 1 minus 2 is equal to the absolute value of 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1. The absolute value of x plus y is less than or equal to the absolute value of x plus the absolute value of y. For example, the absolute value of -3 plus 7 is equal to the absolute value of 4, which is equal to 4. But the absolute value of -3 plus the absolute value of 7 is equal to 3 plus 7, which is equal to 10, which is greater than 4. Therefore, the absolute value of -3 plus 7 is less than the absolute value of -3 plus the absolute value of 7. I hope that everyone has learned from this video. If you have learned from this video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.